A dark and mysterious buried ancestral tomb. An exiled Ashlander kicked out of her tribe, and a pair of drums provide the setting for today's Mod of the Day, which today is Marin's Misfit Mabragash by Mysticalody. A combined quest and dungeon mod, Marin's Misfit Mabragash overhauls the Marin Ancestral Tomb in the vanilla game. And this was originally released for the 2020 Summer Mod Jam, meaning this whole thing was built over the course of a single weekend. A truly impressive feat made all the more amazing for being a visually stunning treat to stumble across. There's a couple of small quests here involving a pair of Ashlanders, an exile that's made her residence at the bottom of the Marin Ancestral Tomb, and her friend who's come to bring her a missing drum. But she's a bit wary of the drop into the dark abyss. And, fair enough, it is a bit of a drop. A really nice bit of verticality, but still, a fairly lengthy drop here, so instead she asks you to deliver the drum. And what follows is a short quest line, just taking you through this new, incredibly scenic, revamped Marin Ancestral Tomb. This also adds just a bit of dialogue to the crazed lore that you could find here in the vanilla game, at the holder of the famed artifact, the Bloodworm Helm. Fleshing out this vanilla character a bit. And this is quite simply a really beautiful mod, and an amazingly atmospheric and gorgeous overhaul for the Marin Ancestral Tomb. Turning it into a truly unique experience to go along with the unique artifacts that you can find here, with ash golems, ancestor spirits, and multicolored Ashlander lanterns to guide your way, and not to mention some new treasures for you to discover. Really, this was one of the major highlights from the 2020 Summer Mod Jam, a competition that had 17 entries overall, including some other just fantastic mods like the Ursulaku Burial Caverns by Ramiros, and a particularly neat decal graphics mod, Fallen Ash by Greatness 7 and Null Cascade. Naturally, we have showcased this mod before, a couple of times in fact, but I wanted to give it another shout out because it is just a really great mod. And also because we just had the 2023 Winter Mod Jam this past weekend. And, I want to encourage people to check out the mods from these mod jams. A lot of them are just particularly great. And, if we can just use our Mod of the Day showcases to highlight some of the past amazing mods that we've already gotten, just to encourage people to, tune into the next mod jam, that seems like a good idea. But either way, whether you've participated in a past mod jam or not, you shouldn't miss out on some of these just fantastic little gems like Marin's Misfit Mabragash. Personally, it remains one of my favorite mods to come out of a mod jam, and I would highly recommend checking it out for yourself. But of course, that's just our mod of the day. So, as always, I've been your host, our Golf Guy. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.